Big things have small beginnings. Isn't that right, Mr. Fassbender? What up, y'all? It's the Black Critic Guy, and I just got back from seeing Prometheus, and I'm a little torn by this movie. Now you're all probably going to be wondering whether or not I think this movie's a prequel or do I think it's a spin-off, because that's the big debate that's on the internet right now. And I honestly think that this movie is kind of like a prequel, but it's not a full-on prequel, and it's definitely not a spin-off in my opinion. I honestly think that this movie is a precursor to what will later become the prequel to Alien. Like, it's the precursor. It's setting up to what will later become the prequel to Alien, which will later lead on to Alien. I know it sounds a bit confusing, but that's the way I see it. I see it as a precursor to events to come. So the basic premise of Prometheus is it follows this group of scientists that go to this planet LV-223, not LB-426, to discover the origins of human life. How did we come to be? And in the process, we discover more than we wanted to know. Now, like I said earlier, I'm pretty torn by this movie. I don't know if I really like it or I just think it's okay. I'm kind of in the middle on it. I think I need to watch it a couple more times to actually fully appreciate the movie. But based on the first time I see it, this is what I have to say about the film. First off, the visual effects, camera work, and cinematography is beautiful and gorgeous. The opening shot to this movie is one of the most gorgeous shots I've seen in a movie all year. Just all the shots of the hills, the mountains, the lakes, just life in general, it just looks so beautiful. Ridley Scott does a phenomenal job in this movie. The way that he positions his cameras, the shots that he takes, it's just gorgeous, magnificent. He does an awesome job. The guy is just genius. Now, the acting ranged from very good to decent to not that great at all. The four characters that really stood out to me was, of course, Michael Fassbender as David. He does a phenomenal job as always. He's just a great actor, and he really portrays that role of, you know, this robot that has no feelings at all. He's curious and he wants to learn. Next, we got Charlize Theron, who also knocks it out of the park. And one thing about her character is that you really don't know whether or not she's a robot or she's a person. And that's one thing I really liked about this movie too, the intrigue of whether or not is she a robot or is she not a robot? Noomi Rapace, I think that's how you pronounce her name, did a really good job, as well as the scientists who brought them all together to go to this planet and, you know, find the origins of life. And I really like how they set up her backstory and her relationship with other characters. And lastly, Idris Elba as the captain of Prometheus. He is funny, entertaining, slick. He is just one of the best characters in the film, and you attach yourself to this character because he's pretty much just the normal guy. He's doing his job. He's just there to fly these guys out here to do their sciencey mumbo jumbo. He's a pretty cool guy. And my biggest pro of this movie is I like the way that they actually ask you questions in this movie. Like, it makes you second guess or think about certain characters, their decisions, and whether or not is this character good, is this character bad, what's this character's motivation, and also other things. Like, they do a little but not too much about religion versus science in this movie. It's not like, you know, shoved down your throat, hey, religion's not true, here's science. But I liked how they tackled on that issue about faith and logic, or logic and faith, things like that. I liked how they did that in the film. Now, a couple of things that bother me. First off, it's the story. The story just seems a bit convoluted. I mean, there were some character choices that felt like out of place, and some character decisions like just felt out of place. Like, these two scientists, these idiot scientists, go off by themselves, and now they're trapped in this place that nobody really knows of, and they like see these creatures, and the stupid scientist tries to touch one of them, and of course, what would you expect? It attacks him. And it's just dumb character choices like that that really make you go, why is he in this movie, and how did he become a scientist? The character chemistry in this movie was really lacking for me. I didn't feel a strong connection between characters. The closest connection I ever felt between two characters was between Noomi Rapace and Michael Fassbender's character. They were the closest that I felt like a bond or a connection with. Most of my problems, as you can tell, is based on the writing of the movie. Like, I didn't really have a problem with the direction. I didn't have a problem with the visuals. It looks masterful. It's just that the writing felt lacking. That's all I can say. I just didn't buy the writing. I think it needs a little more work, other than the fact that it does ask you a few questions. It just needed more work on the writing aspect of the film. So overall, I did enjoy Prometheus, although I felt like the story and characters were lacking a bit, but the direction and visuals were stunning and masterful. So I'm going to give this movie a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's not great, but it's a rather enjoyable film. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film? Did you like it a lot? Are you in the middle like me? Did you just hate it and find it just confusing and all that stuff? And let me know, what is your favorite exploratory film? Like a film that has people going out to a land they don't understand and they're just trying to discover things. Comment below and let me know. Also, I might be doing a spoil-filled video after this one, so come check that out. I'll be discussing my thoughts of things in the movie, so yeah, come check it out. Anyway, I'm the Black Critic Guy, bridging the gap between movies and anime reviews. Till then, peace, YouTube.